We start things off in the lightweight division. It's Caleb Frasher and Jack Basil. Basil debut, Caleb Frasher 1-0, and to get things underway, we send it up to the face of OFC, third man, Nick Hahn.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the fighter out of the red corner, Caleb Frasher.
Caleb Frasher makes his way down to the cage. We take a look and getting the things kicked off. Here comes Mr. Frasher, ready to go. You see him there with the Grove City BJJ shirt on. You know what he likes to do, coming from a BJJ school.
Absolutely, you know, he won his amateur debut by rear naked choke back in March. So he's been training, stand up for about a year and a half. He feels comfortable with his leg kicks, but obviously coming from a BJJ school, his strength is the ground game. So he really wants to dictate the pace here tonight. He loves it, looking for it. He has a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Ryan. So really looking forward to see how this guy, see if this fight gets to his feet and how good is his stand-up game in that year and a half, but we know we can do on the ground.
Yeah, obviously the purple belt, very difficult to achieve. He's been training that for a little under 4 years, that being jiu-jitsu. Stand up, he said about a year and a half. So it's interesting when you see a fighter like Frasher and watching the evolution of Frasher, how soon does the stand-up catch up with the ground game?
Yeah, and you know, like I said, he's been working on his leg kicks there, so maybe he wants to showcase that here tonight to kick off the OFC card here in OFC22. So we'll look very, very excited to see what this man can do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent out of the blue corner, Jack Basil.
Jack Basil making his MMA debut here tonight, and going up against Caleb Frasher. This man's 23 years old. He's trained both gi and no gi, so in jiu-jitsu. So again, this is a guy who his strength is jiu-jitsu. Now, how can he translate that into MMA?
Absolutely, Buckeye Jiu-Jitsu. We take a look at the tail of the tape. Milan, what stands out to you?
All right, what stands out here is Caleb Frasher is 2 inches taller, so he should have a little bit of a longer reach. Both guys similar in age and obviously weight, so Caleb Frasher a little bit longer, and with jiu-jitsu, length is key, so see if he can take advantage of that. Again, he won his amateur debut by rear naked choke. He would love nothing more to sink that here tonight against Jack Basil.
It's going to be an interesting contrast of matchups, not of styles, but you have Basil, been training a year and a half in jiu-jitsu, but he says he's a ground fighter. And then, of course, Frasher, 4 years in jiu-jitsu, and we know he's a ground fighter.
Absolutely.
It's hard to know what you get with Mr. Basil, who we're looking at right now. A good fight camp, Buckeye Jiu-Jitsu, but when you're a debut fighter, you know, there's a lot of questions that haven't been answered.
Absolutely, and also when it is your debut fight, do you let the fight come to you, or do you want to come out and dictate the pace? I think that'll be very interesting to see. The first 30, 40 seconds here of this fight here, we'll see what Basil will do. If he's going to sit there and he wants to show what he can do, we know what Frasher can do. Basil knows what Frasher can do, but we and Frasher don't know what Basil can do. So I think he's got a huge advantage in that sense.
Jack Basil is in the cage. We send it back up to Nick Hahn for the official fighter introductions.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the OFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter with an MMA record of 1 win without a defeat. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing at 153 pounds. Fighting out of Grove City Jiu-Jitsu, Caleb the Flash Frasher. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a freestyle fighter in his first career MMA fight. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing at 148 pounds. Fighting out of Buckeye Jiu-Jitsu, Jack Basil. And when the action begins, your referee is the Dr. Todd Augusta.
Caleb Frasher in the blue. It's Jack Basil in the black. Todd Augusta, third man in the cage. Ryan Cavanaugh, cage side with Milan Jordan, bringing you all the action from OFC22. And fighters trade body kicks, and it's Frasher, tie clinch, big knees. That got the attention of Jack Basil.
Yeah, and Frasher, we mentioned he wanted to get, he's been working on his leg kicks, and he shows it off right away. And able to take this fight here to the ground.
And he quickly moves to side, to mount, and flash Frasher. So far, putting on a jiu-jitsu clinic.
Yeah, his quickness, very impressive here. Now, utilizing some ground and pound, looking to end this fight early.
Right now, Basil in a tough spot, covering up. Todd Augusta taking a close look. Frasher pouring it on. And Basil's got to do something or Frasher will stop this fight.
And he's able to hit him in the side of the head there, so it's not like he's hitting Basil in the arm. And Frasher, he's hitting him. He's wondering how many more times do I need to hit this guy for the ref to stop the fight.
Todd Augusta right there telling Basil to defend himself. He's turtling over. Caleb Frasher looks content to try and pound out the first round, and he pins the arm. Basil's in a lot of trouble here, Milan.
Absolutely, and here he just needs to survive here and just kind of roll over and trying to get the fight back on the feet, but it's tough. And the thing is, at this point with Frasher, is he going to get tired out eventually with these fists?
Basil's face is a mess. Caleb Frasher has just stopped Jack Basil. First round stoppage for the Flash.
Very flashy performance from Mr. Frasher. And again, he got on the ground and utilized some tremendous ground and pound here in Columbus, of course, the home of the godfather of ground and pound, Mark the Hammer Coleman. So very fitting here at OFC22 to get the things going here tonight. Very, very impressive performance from Mr. Frasher.
Outstanding reference, and take a look at it.
Yeah, we see Frasher here just getting on the ground and just utilizing his hammer fist and getting in there and just kept going his cardio. He didn't get tired out, and eventually referee Todd Augusta had to stop the fight.
Nick Hahn's in the cage for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 14 seconds in the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO, Caleb the Flash Frasher.
Let's send it up to Ryan.
I'm here with your winner, Caleb Frasher. Sometimes nicknames are given and sometimes they're earned. You're the Flash. I think you just earned it. Talk about the fight.
Well, I hurt my ankle a long time ago. I've been training knees a lot. I hit him with one. I knew it hurt him. I saw him flinch. Finished the single leg. I've been working with Doug Jones and Dave Freitag and Mike Mason on. He's done.
You come from a BJJ school. Your first win was by submission. It looked like you had opportunities to take it. Was it important to stop him with strikes tonight?
No, I just saw blood and I figured he was going to stop eventually, so I just kept hitting where the blood was coming from.
And usually that works. Anybody out there you'd like to thank?
I want to dedicate this fight to my mom. She's the strongest person I know. She keeps me going every day. I want to thank my sponsors, Gambaru Fightwear, gambarufightwear.co.uk. Go there. Some awesome rash guards, gis, all kinds of stuff. I want to thank my cornerman, Dave Freitag, Doug Jones. I want to thank Mike Mason and all my teammates for helping me train for this. They let me beat them up and beat me up on a daily basis. I want to thank them so much.
Guys, put your hands together one more time for the Flash, Caleb Frasher.